whenever
That's
you are.
yours. Okay. All right. Here we go. Ready? Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Omaha Sips and Tips. I'm Sean Lee, your realtor with Nebraska Realty. And I've got a guest today, Al Stevens with Acuity Home Inspections.
Nice to be
which
here.
you do a lot more than that, don't you?
I do.
I mean, commercial and everything else. But, we're just going to chit-chat again a little bit. People get to know us or you. And we're going to try something special today. Both of us have done a little research on Loup River Distillery out of St. Paul, Nebraska, correct?
Yep.
And this is straight rye whiskey.
Good stuff.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but this is bottle number 1.
That's amazing.
Out of this batch.
That's good.
So,
Will we decrease the value?
I mean, it's going to be, if this is a collector's edition, someone let us know. But we're going to try this both ways, of course. Neat. And you're a whiskey guy anyway, right? So you kind of have done some of these things. But we'll try it neat. And I do have the sphere balls if we need those. Uber is on standby in case we need
good.
need anything. You don't have any inspections to do
I don't this
tonight.
Afternoon.
Okay, so we're good.
So I should be good. My wife's meeting me across the street after this to leave her car at the dealer over there.
Oh, okay.
And so I can get a ride home with her.
Okay, perfect. So this is going to work out. All right. Well, again, I'm Sean Lee. Thanks for tuning in. And Al, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I have spent most of my lifelong career in the livestock industry, and most of the roles I had were involved with production facility construction, project management, quality control programs, that kind of thing. So had a good opportunity to learn a lot about the intricacies of structures and systems and things that go into buildings. And as I got towards the twilight of my career and looking for something else to keep me busy.
You can't be more than 45, so that's good. But
looking for something else to occupy my time, I decided home inspection might be a fun thing
This
to
is
try,
a great time to do it when everybody was waiving their home inspections. But
the timing could have been better.
Well,
but,
that's okay. You got a passion for something, so that's good.
That's right.
Okay.
But I took advantage of all the time I had extra to meet people like you and, other good folks around Omaha. So, Yep. So it's been working out good. I'm a certified home inspector. I also recently got my commercial inspection certification.
I saw that. That's cool.
Planning on those two markets not following the same path as far as up and down cycles and that kind of thing. So.
And you've got a cool thing. Well, we'll just hit on it right now since I was talking to you earlier. You've got that cool website. So go to the website, and I always do this because I'm going to put the little website and everything there. Acuity Inspect, right?
Yep.
.com.
That's it.
You can go there. You can look at it here, acuityinspect.com. It's one of the nicest websites I think I've ever seen. Very informative, very, intuitive for people. But it's got a cool spot of all your, I don't know if they call them certifications, designations, things like that. Just a ton of them. Yep. And like I said before, they look like park ranger, when you were at the parks, emblems or icons. Real cool, man. I'm going to put that up. You've got a ton of those. And one of them is your commercial that you just got. Mm-hmm. Well, give me a couple other ones that people – was radon one?
Yep, radon testing.
Yeah, why don't you throw out a couple of those just real –
Yeah, most of the certifications I got were through the certification organization that I'm a member of, InterNACHI it's called. And it's training that's above and beyond your basic home inspector training that just allows you to learn more details, more specifics about all the systems and parts of the homes, whether it's roofs or HVAC units or electrical or plumbing or whatever. I just wanted to be able to deliver the most expertise to my clients, and that was the way I could do it. So.
So basically, you've had a lot of time, like you said, because we're just now getting back into home inspections. Mm-hmm. But during that time, too, I spent a lot of time, because there's not a lot of homes out there, folks, in case you didn't know. We're slowly building up with interest rates and inventory around the Omaha metro. But, it's a good time to get caught up on a lot of training not only from inspectors, but from realtors and people like that. So it's one thing to look at when you're, shopping around for somebody.
Yep. I could have just sat back and drank whiskey all day long, but I decided
sometimes getting that training done while you're drinking whiskey is probably sometimes the best deal to do. But anyway, we should probably pop this whiskey. We're going to try it straight. Again, this is Loup River Distilling. Farmer owned. It's cool. And, you said something real interesting upstairs when we were talking. I'm going to pour this neat. But we were talking about because you worked in agricultural field in construction and stuff, about some of the byproducts that people, farms and local.
Yep.
Yeah.
What
was that?
We see more and more, as agriculture has become more and more corporate in nature. The family farm it's been more and more difficult for them to make the numbers work. And so diversification of farming operations is a key part of that. And I've really taken pride in my ability to contribute to that. And this is a great example of how farmers, have found another way to bring another revenue stream into their operation and help in passing that on to the next generation and keep the family in the farm.
And you know what I've been saying too, on a lot of these that we've been trying, and I don't know if you've watched a lot of the shows, but we've had something of everything, but we've had a lot of different distilleries, and it's amazing. Number one, how affordable. Actually, this is bottle number 1, so it's really expensive, and I'm hoping it's worth a lot of money. So, Loup River, let me know if I have the bottle. But around here it's like same price for a lot of big name brands, and we could be supporting a lot of these local people. Again, that's Omaha Sips and Tips. Is just focusing on small business, local business people like yourself, realtors, Nebraska Realty, and Loup River.
That's awesome.
So let's taste this thing. I mean, actually, I want to give a little info on this Loup River. Let's taste it, and then I'll say it. I'll smell it first.
That's real smooth.
It is. I mean, it's got a nice flavor.
It does. Yep.
It is.
Yep. That's
a rye. I'm not so sure I know what a rye is. That's a
Don't
grain?
ask me.
Okay, it's something. It's a little sweeter than I was thinking it was going to be. So, wow, it is warming me up. I could see doing that in a snowstorm. But hey, so we were just talking about diversification, and these guys getting this thing going up. Eric and Maria, they're the owners. I don't know their last name, but this guy, Eric, he's a master level 2 certified distiller. And Maria, she got a master's in nutrition, and she's got some other stuff too. So I'm sure it's very clean.
This is probably the most nutritious whiskey we've ever
drank. You know what? I'm going to say that. Yeah. Thanks, Maria. Wanted Dad, promote corn farmers and turning corn into whiskey. I mean, I think more of these guys should do this. I don't know how much expensive stills and getting all that done, but I think, and I pulled this right off their website. Their goal is to utilize local products, in making high quality spirits. We hope our customers will enjoy the fine crafted cocktails and the relaxing atmosphere of their tasting room. So if you go St. Paul, Nebraska, I keep wanting to say Minnesota, but this is Nebraska.
Yeah.
Share your products at home with your family and friends. You know what? And I would. If I need this.
I got on their website or on their Google page and read their reviews that they've gotten from customers. Nothing but raves about just how great of a place they have to go and enjoy.
Oh, no kidding.
Spirits and that kind of thing. So
go check these guys out.
I'm definitely going out.
Okay. All right. We're definitely going to do that. It's got a definite type of a zip on it, doesn't it? You're just smiling away. I mean, you're loving it. You're loving it. Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you've been all over the country. you're Connecticut, Maryland, Maine, something.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in Maine. We have a summer place
Okay.
there that my wife and family are able to spend a lot of time there, being in the education field. They get
Okay.
summers to be able to do
And
that.
they're almost done, right? See,
Just
school's
about,
almost
yeah,
out.
another couple days. So,
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So.
Yep. And but yeah, we've moved all over the country because of my career. Lived on the West Coast, the East Coast. Originally from the East Coast, came here to Nebraska about 10 years ago, and thoroughly loved the Omaha area. But most of what brought me here, my career, it kept me busy outside of the metro area. So when I decided to start this business, it was really starting from scratch with, networking and making contacts and that kind of thing.
Yeah, because you were on most of your stuff was on the exterior
Right. Yep.
of the Omaha Metro,
Yep.
where you did your work and
Yep. So I've
in the agricultural
really enjoyed
field.
it. Been-
Well, there's a lot of good people here in
There are.
Omaha. And there's a
There-
lot of good stuff. I read one time there was more restaurants per capita here in Omaha, Nebraska. Local fare and things, and we've got a lot of good products and food. I got in future shows. I got a lot of other cool stuff and things happening just with Nebraska-made local Omaha stuff too. So it's real cool.
There's a lot
I
to
actually
choose
have
from.
a distiller coming on in the near future. So if you're watching this show and you made it to the middle of the time, I got a master distiller coming here. We're going to talk about some just the whole process of whiskey is going to be real cool, right? I mean, I should start having a couple people in here. You get 10, 15 people in here watching these shows. It's a lot better when you're just sitting here without. All right, so then you moved here. You decided, hey, Omaha, Nebraska. You were here. You started this business. Tell me, what do you like to do in your free time? What do you got going? I mean, what do you do? You seem like the type of guy who's not just sitting still at home.
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I enjoy.
You tell me. I'm going to grab the sphere balls because
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen, but I normally like to add a sphere ball, get a little ice on that.
I think I'm going to keep mine neat. If you
Really?
Don't mind. Yeah, I like it the way it is. So.
This is a hardcore whiskey drink. Go ahead. Tell me. I'm just going to add a little ball on this. If you need more, let me know.
No. So I enjoy doing woodworking on the side. I've got a wood shop at home that I'm able to make a few crafts. Also enjoy outdoor activities, traveling with my wife and visiting national parks. That's kind of a big bucket list item for us. So.
I remember we talked one time before, and you mentioned that national parks, which is what struck me about. It's a cool, it's a cool web page. Go check it out again. But yeah, national parks. Yeah.
And then I enjoy volunteering. I like supporting nonprofits.
Okay.
In particular here locally, I do a lot with Habitat for Humanity, Bags of Fun, which if you haven't heard of that, it's about terminally ill kids who need an extra boost in spirits, in their stage of life they're in. And then Outlook Enrichment. If you haven't heard of that, they employ vision impaired people and help them be productive. They have a factory over off I-80 and 72nd that produces paper products, and they
I've
use
seen that
those.
place.
Yeah, they use vision impaired people to run that plant, and it's an awesome.
And you can take tours of that place. Can't you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good. You know what? I'm going to throw their stuff up here also.
Good.
But what about the bags for? Is that just bags?
Yep.
Just something in there. Just
Yeah, they load them up. It's about I believe, and I hope I don't get the numbers too far off, but I think it's about $800 worth of stuff that goes into this bag that is something to help the kid have fun, be involved with technology like a Kindle type thing. Something to play with other kids, something to read.
Okay.
I mean, they have a whole science behind how they put the stuff in these bags, but it's all about giving them more to think about than just their situation that they're in. And it's a great cause.
That's cool.
And,
I haven't heard of that particular one, so that's a good one. I'll have to look it up. I mean, I'll I'll throw everybody that you just said
Cool.
just down so that people who are curious.
Yeah.
I mean, those seem
then
pretty local too, right?
They are.
I mean, Habitat's every place, but Omaha Habitat. What do you do for Habitat?
For Habitat, I've been doing it for 20 some years. I go out on builds, help sling a hammer to put
Is
up
that right?
houses for people that wouldn't otherwise be able to get a house. So yeah. do
You
that
know,
kind of thing.
it's cool. I'll tell you right now. I actually have a guy from Habitat coming in the next five shows, 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to drink whiskey again too, and he's going to talk about affordable housing.
Good.
And do some of that stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So you're an active guy. You're not a.
I don't sit around. The whole
Yeah.
time.
I see that. No, you're always seem to be busy doing something. Are you going on? You taking a trip?
Yeah,
You
we're
guys
actually
going out?
leaving in a couple days, driving to Maine, and
Okay.
gonna see my parents in upstate New York, and then get to fly down to see my daughter and my granddaughter in North Carolina. So we're got a little few miles to trek.
You've got some time.
We do.
That teachers like that. My wife's done on Thursday, Friday. We actually going out to a lake in Utah, Lake Flaming Gorge.
Oh, cool.
If you haven't seen it, look it up. It looks real cool. It's going to be fun.
Good.
So, I added this ice cube to this drink, and
Like it?
it's we're sipping it. Real good. So you don't have any family here?
My son lives in.
Oh,
Omaha.
you do.
He
Okay.
moved here about 4 or 5 years ago.
yeah.
Followed us out, and he works local. So
Well, that's cool.
kind of
okay.
followed in my footsteps. He's involved in the livestock industry.
Oh,
and
yes. Okay.
Construction and that kind of thing. So
Okay. All right.
proud dad moment. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, is there anything else that you do or have a passion for? I mean, you're this home inspector. You got all these certifications. People should really check out your website. Oh, you know what? You've got this. I brought mine down. Very cool home maintenance manual that you give to everybody when they do a home inspection, and all kinds of great stuff.
Yep.
This is
for a
fantastic
homeowner or
stuff.
somebody that's buying a house, maybe for the first time, especially. This book has everything you need to know about how your house is put together and what you should be doing to maintain it to preserve the value and the longevity of the home, which is your biggest investment. And
Yeah.
so,
And even on that website, because I really think people need to check out your website, you have, especially if you're looking to buy, you have a buyer's little pamphlet you can download,
Yep.
which I download has great, the one thing I notice is, use a realtor, get you a buyer's agent,
Yep.
someone who represents you, and don't just kind of
Wing it.
wing it and think that you're going to get the best deal by not using a realtor, which some people do. But
Yeah.
So it's a cool
So
place.
if we got time for a tip,
Yeah, I'm ready
to
for
give a
any
tip.
tips. Yeah,
I wanna-
give me some tips.
just a tip on the home inspection side.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned, particularly in the last year and a half that I've been doing all these home inspections, is that, there's a couple areas of defects that I come across that are most significant. And for an average homeowner or somebody looking to buy a house, I would say that water is your biggest enemy. with a
Water
house.
is I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I
So-
hate water intrusion.
So as a
not
homeowner,
good.
and it's specified in this book, and you can read all kinds of articles about it. But anything you can do to minimize the amount of extra water that ends up in and around your house is going to preserve the value and longevity of your home. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
And I always, I tell people, and I'm sure that this is part of it, is the one thing with the storms coming is your downspouts. And I think most issues, and even talking with a lot of basement, guys who seal basements and do systems like that, when you start getting water in it, they'll tell you the number one reason is people don't have the downspouts on.
Yep, that's
Okay,
correct. I
or they
agree.
just let that downspout just hit at the base of the house, and it causes settlement problems and everything else. Folks, put your downspouts on, or go buy that little plastic thing. If you don't have a lot of money, you don't want to, put the big metal tin. Put the extenders on and just do it, guys. It's way better for your house, right?
Yep,
I mean
get the water
that's the
away from
tip.
it. Yep,
Get the
that's
water
it.
away.
Yep.
Anything else that you see other than that? I mean, because you probably see that same thing.
Yeah, I see at least every house I inspect has one or two items
You can-
related to what you
okay.
just mentioned that
Yeah.
they need to be addressing.
Yeah, especially with the storms.
Right.
As we start getting into May, end of May, June, mid-June, you start getting all the, might get some
Right.
downpours.
Yep.
Put your downspouts on, folks, and do that. What other tips you got?
Well, if you're not real, if you're a person that isn't real comfortable evaluating and deciding what kind of maintenance your home might need,
Okay, yeah.
get a maintenance inspection. For a couple $100, an inspector can come out and check. On average, there's 130 different things that an inspection involves.
Okay.
So I can check 130 different items and give you a report that'll help you form a punch list for yourself about, okay, these are things that I ought to put it on my to-do list. Like everybody needs more of a to-do list.
Yeah, that's right. Well, at least you have an idea,
But
right?
at least you have an
Hey,
idea, and you can prioritize it, and you can budget for it, and that kind of thing. And that way, down the road, if you decide you want to sell your house, you're not starting from ground zero. You've been dealing with it. The place should be pretty easy to sell if you've been working on it all along. So that'd be another
And
tip.
most home inspections, those are two good tips, but most home inspections again go, it's a visual inspection of everything.
Right. Yep.
And I think if you're not doing a home inspection wherever you live or are listening on Amazon podcasts or Spotify podcasts, whatever, it's a lot better in person if you're watching us live or recorded. So get home and watch us on YouTube. But if you are listening, wherever you go, you definitely want to maintain your home. It's your biggest investment.
That's right.
And home inspectors, whether you do a home inspection or not, you really probably, even new construction people, we tell, hey,
Right.
go through and
Yep.
get a home inspector to go through before your warranty's up.
That's right.
This is the same punch list you're talking about.
Yep. I've done several because there aren't a lot of existing homes
Yeah.
in the marketplace. There's a lot of new construction, more than the average. I think it's up to like 33% of the homes on the market are new construction.
We definitely have a
right
lot
now.
of new construction
Right.
homes. And I haven't looked at the numbers recently, but I'd say we're still existing home wise it's not a lot.
No, that's pretty low.
It's 4 or
But
500
so I've done
maybe.
a lot of new construction inspections, and I'll find something on every one of them
Okay.
that should have been caught by somebody before the punch list or before the warranty runs out. So
And sometimes they forget the insulation.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they forget downspouts.
Right, yep.
Maybe they forgot to paint. Maybe they forgot to tap on your siding. So just a bunch of good stuff to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Any other good tips? Those are great. What about commercial wise? I know you just you just got certified commercial wise.
Yep.
If anybody owns a business or anything like that, or wants to buy a business existing,
yep.
you do commercial spaces.
Same scenarios, whether you own, are buying or selling or leasing or whatever. There's a lot of good reasons to confirm the condition of that property.
Okay.
Depending on your situation, but being a solo inspector, obviously I'm starting out just on small to medium stuff, but
Size, yeah.
strip malls and that kind of thing, and multifamily apartments I can do. And if I get into bigger properties, then I've got referral partners, roofers, electricians, HVAC people who I've got lined up ready to help and come in and help me, with those bigger projects.
Some of those things done.
Yep.
Okay.
So with the same, it's a different process than the home inspection, not quite as minutia oriented, but anybody looking to buy or transact a business property ought to know what the condition is.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that. And I know a lot of those happen before they actually buy them up front anyway.
Right. Yep.
But anyway, so let's get back to the drink. Normally I rank these and we grade them. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you give this a scale of 1 to 10? What are we thinking here? And again, it's a rye,
mm-hmm.
straight rye whiskey, straight rye.
Yeah, I honestly haven't drank a lot of rye, so it's hard for me to compare it to other ryes. But just from a whiskey standpoint, I'm still waiting for the 10, so I'm not going to give it a 10.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But,
Most,
but
yeah,
I'd
that's
be
how
up
it is.
there around an 8 or so anyway.
No, okay.
But
Wow, okay.
yeah.
All right, so there you have it. Again, I keep wanting to say Loup Valley. There's no valley probably in St.
No,
Paul.
they make a Loup Valley vodka, I think, is what the...
Was that what? I have that upstairs too. You
Right.
saw that.
Yep.
Loup River Distilling. Thanks a lot. That's an 8. I'll write it down. I don't have a pen, but 8. It's going to go in the record books. Okay, again, bottle number 1. I bought it. Wine, beer, and spirits right here in town. I think she's a $69.99 $70 bottle. So enjoy.
I am.
Let's wind it down. We'll keep chit-chatting for a little bit, and
Okay.
we'll get out of here. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in to Omaha Sips and Tips. I got a lot more episodes coming up. Thanks for listening and making it this far. I'm Sean Lee, your realtor with Nebraska Realty, and this is Al Stevens with Acuity Home Inspections. Actually, Acuity Property Inspections.
Yep.
New change with all your new business.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Take care. Yeah, that's it. We'll
All right.
take another little sip. Inside.